You fellas have nothing to worry about. I'm a professional.
Professional what?
The crowds are going crazy. Lewis Hamilton wins the British Grand Prix. He takes his 9th win at Silverstone, his first win in nearly 1,000 days in Formula One.
I do feel the best I've ever felt in my life, in my 32 years. Physically, I feel the best I've ever felt. I feel incredibly clean and healthy, and it's strange because, now I'm meeting all these different, talk to all my friends, family, who are like, I can never go on a plant-based diet. I can never be vegan.
What if one of the fastest and sexiest men alive didn't need meat, fish, or dairy to dominate his sport? For Lewis Hamilton, 7-time Formula One world champion, activist, and style icon, the secret to his speed and razor-sharp focus comes entirely from plants. Behind the champagne sprays and roaring engines is a disciplined daily routine and training plan built on one bold choice: to go 100% vegan. Mr. Hamilton shows us what his grocery shopping looks like in this video. Today, we're going inside his exact diet, intense training regimen, and the life experiences that led him to make this game-changing decision and to keep him looking like he's 20 even though he's actually 40. At just 6 years old, Lewis was already winning remote control car competitions against adults. By 8, he had his first go-kart. At 10, he was a karting champion. That same year, in one of the boldest moves of his young life, he approached McLaren Formula One boss Ron Dennis and said, "I want to race for you one day." Dennis told him to call in 9 years. Lewis didn't need 9. By 13, he had signed with McLaren's Young Driver program, the youngest ever to do so. But the road to Formula One wasn't without its potholes. He faced racial abuse from rivals and spectators, doubts from the press, and the constant pressure of knowing his family was sacrificing everything for his dream. His father, Anthony Hamilton, had this to say during a CNN interview about his son.
I think the greatest are always treated differently. When you are that great and you can almost, Lewis can fly in and fly out and basically, he can put the car on pole, win a race, and go and do whatever else he wants to. That makes you quite a unique individual. It also makes you a target to a degree as well, because it's like, what breaks this young lad? And it's difficult to break Lewis.
These early challenges shaped him into a fighter, the same determination that would later help him embrace one of the most controversial lifestyle changes an athlete can make: going vegan. In 2017, Lewis Hamilton posted a simple but shocking message on Snapchat: "Going to watch What the Health tonight. I'm on a mission to go vegan. People, animal cruelty, global warming, and our personal health are at stake."
Health organizations have become co-opted. They are taking money from the very industries who are causing the problem.
There's a very strong pharmaceutical industry and lobby that has a huge stake in preserving the status quo.
The decision wasn't made on a whim. It came from months of thinking about the bigger picture. Lewis had become increasingly aware of climate change, animal welfare issues, and the link between diet and long-term health. As someone constantly in the public eye, he knew his choices could influence millions. After seeing Mr. Hamilton's message about What the Health video, Dr. Neil Barnard had this message for me.
"Lewis, I understand that you saw the movie What the Health and that you decided to go vegan. It's great for the animals, it's great for the environment. I want to say it's super for your body too. In the same way as you put the very best fuel into your car, you put the best fuel into your body and you get the best performance possible."
The environmental side hit hard. The meat and dairy industry is one of the biggest contributors to greenhouse gases. The ethical side was personal. As a devoted dog dad to his bulldog Roscoe, he couldn't justify loving one animal while consuming others. And then there was his health. Formula One is physically brutal. Drivers endure cockpit temperatures over 50 degrees Celsius, lose liters of sweat in a single race, and experience forces that strain every muscle and joint. Recovery is crucial. A plant-based diet is promised to offer less inflammation, faster healing, and more stable energy. Critics warned that going vegan could hurt his testosterone levels, weaken his muscles, and slow his recovery. But Lewis proved them wrong. Within months, he was publicly declaring that he felt the best he's ever felt, more energetic, lighter on his feet, and sharper mentally. His belief in the power of plants was cemented when Roscoe, who had struggled for years with joint issues, switched to a vegan diet. The transformation was dramatic. More energy, better mobility, and a new lease on life. For Lewis, it wasn't just theory anymore. Lewis starts most mornings with oat porridge made with almond or oat milk, topped with berries, chia seeds, and sometimes a pinch of cinnamon. It's slow-burning fuel, loaded with fiber, antioxidants, and plant-based protein. Some days, he switches to beans on whole grain toast, a British classic. The beans deliver plant protein and fiber, while the whole grain bread keeps his energy steady. White bread? Not in his kitchen. It spikes blood sugar and leaves him sluggish. To bridge the gap until lunch, Lewis goes for almonds, fresh fruit, or a vegan protein shake. Light but nutrient-dense, keeping him fueled without slowing him down. His midday meals are colorful, high in micronutrients, and rich in plant protein. Baked falafel wraps with hummus, greens, and tomato, quinoa power bowls with avocado, roasted vegetables, and spinach, vegan chili with beans, lentils, and spices for slow-release energy. Evenings are about rebuilding the body. Baked sweet potato for vitamins A and C, garlic tofu stir-fry with broccoli, peppers, and carrots, whole grain rice for sustained energy, dark leafy greens for antioxidants, a few squares of 85% dark chocolate for a rich, low-sugar dessert. He pairs meals with water or green tea, saving coffee for earlier in the day. One of his cheat meals is definitely pancakes.
Good stack of like 6 to 8 pancakes is a good one. I don't have pancakes here because I have to be a certain weight and I'm already on the limit.
Lewis tops meals with flax seeds for omega-3s and supplements with vegan DHA and EPA, vitamin B12, and vitamin D, essentials for plant-based athletes. Formula One requires a body that's strong, flexible, and resistant to extreme fatigue. This is Lewis's guide to staying focused.
Definitely a fun and energizing experience, but just keeping control of your emotions and staying focused on the goal in front of you is the key.
Lewis's program is built around cardio and endurance, running, cycling, and swimming to improve VO2 max and heart recovery, strength training, focused neck work with resistance bands, plus core stability drills to handle high G-forces, flexibility and mobility, yoga and Pilates to maintain joint health and prevent injury.
I can lose up to 2 seconds in the race distance. So my weight is very important. And also during the weight, I lose up to 4 kilos in the race in an hour and 45 minutes.
On race weeks, his training balances intensity with recovery, keeping him sharp without risking fatigue before race day. An F1 season spans over 20 countries, and staying vegan on the road isn't easy. Some places don't even recognize the term vegan. Lewis travels with plant-based snacks, protein powders, and works with team chefs to ensure he always has performance-ready meals. This level of discipline is the same that's kept him at the top of motorsport for over a decade. When Lewis talks about going vegan, he describes it as one of the best decisions of his life, not for publicity, but for performance, health, and ethics. Before going vegan, post-race soreness and fatigue were just part of the job. Now, the antioxidant-rich foods in his diet help fight oxidative stress, letting him recover faster. That means he can train sooner, race harder, and maintain peak form across the entire season. Meat and dairy are common triggers for inflammation. Since cutting them out, Lewis has noticed reduced joint pain and muscle soreness, vital for enduring the extreme forces of F1 racing. Gone are the energy spikes and crashes from processed snacks or heavy meals. His plant-based diet gives him steady fuel, helping him maintain focus from lights out to the checkered flag. With cleaner eating and better sleep, Lewis finds himself sharper and more focused. That mental clarity can make the difference between winning and losing in a sport where milliseconds matter. Since making the switch, he's racked up multiple wins, podiums, and record-breaking performances, showing the world that plants can power champions. Mr. Hamilton even has a skincare routine. Can you believe that?
Morning and every evening, just washing your face. I have a couple of different serums that I use, and then I use a mask before bed.
For Lewis, it's about more than racing. It's about proving that with discipline, purpose, and the right fuel, you can be at the top and stay there while making choices that align with your values.